Let's do this. Steve.
Are those grinding noises? Are those good?
You'll be just fine.
Okay.
Welcome to SquareBodyTalk. My name's Dave. This is my bearded brother from another mother, Steve from Fortified Off-Road. Tonight we're going to be doing a subscriber hangout. We want to know what you're up to. Kick it back in the garage, drink a beer, forget about politics, and whatever else for a while. So what's going on, Steve? How was your week, brother?
Well, good news is I got my rear end apart. Bad news is all kinds of shit fell out of it.
Ooh. Bump.
Yeah, I actually think I figured out what was wrong with it, which is cool. But but yeah, man, I got my last part today, my solid spacer, so no more crush sleeve effage. That's what I think went wrong with it. So yeah, if you guys are doing some like hard wheeling, put a solid spacer instead of a crush sleeve in your pinion. That definitely will be probably a good idea. So it doesn't destroy itself from the inside out. But
right.
So I got a question. I looks here like C72C, whatever the heck that means.
That's the bourbon guy.
And it's like twin turbo 6.0 tow rig. Go. And I'm like, well, I mean, if you have a vehicle that's reliable enough to tow somewhere, which I actually don't think that guy does. Like, I don't know who C72C thinks he is, but I mean, anyways, that's Chris from Reckless Wrenches. What's up, Bill?
We got Bill. So we got both parts of the Reckless Wrench Garage up in here. We got Chris and Chris. We got Zoomat75, and we got Bill Arrow. What is going on, Bill Arrow?
Shots fired. The reason for towing. Duh. Heck yeah, Drew. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Hell yeah. So I see that Chris, he sent me a picture of his new tow rig. Did you check that out?
I actually haven't seen it.
You
got it? You got it on here? We can fire that up?
No.
Oh, okay. No.
But it's a burb.
It is?
604 L80. I forget what year it is, but it looks to be about looks to be I don't know, late 90s.
Right on. So
yeah.
That's cool, man. I think Chris, you should put 3 turbos on it. Everybody knows that more turbos is better. So like if you could put probably, I actually think 4 turbos is better for what you're doing. And then a little bit of nitrous with stock head bolts. He did say GMT 800 the other day, and you better bring it over here so we can take pictures. But yeah, dude, boost it to the moon.
To the moon, baby.
Bill's over here saying, my tits off up here in Oregon. Trev's still sitting in the living room. Stoic face. Not so cool.
Yeah, not really. It sucks you're freezing. The weather's actually kind of turned here. It's been pretty. I've been like t-shirts and shorts to work, so that's been pretty nice. We got Hogan's Garage up in the house. What's going on, brother? He says LS swapping my 82 S10 for some turbo fun, other than just SAS Toyota. Right on, man. I bet that SAS Toyota is pretty badass.
Yeah, right. Those things get down pretty good too.
Hell yeah.
Doesn't take a lot of horsepower to make something like go around.
No.
And Drew's over here saying he's got his cantilever. And he's it's currently sitting in the garage. That's rad, dude. I'd love to check that out. Shoot me some pictures, man, on Instagram or on my email. If you just do Steve at Fortify Off-Road, I really do want to see that, what you got going on there.
Yeah.
And then this guy again, C72C, all of the turbos.
Every one of them?
All of them.
Man.
You know? Man, Chris, like,
many turbos. He ain't going to be able to haul much else.
No, so in all reality, though, we were talking about this today. So the cool thing about the turbos, guys, is turbos generally are used to make a part of your power curve better than it could be if it didn't have it. So mo torque. So it's just like any other power adder, but the cool thing is it goes based on load. So like a 5.3, it doesn't make as much as a 6.0 does below 2,500 RPM, and it's obviously not going to make the low end torque of like a big block or a big cubic inch 408 stroker or 416 or 434 small block or any of this other stuff, right? Because that's the thing, right? You're trying to pick up some low end torque, at least for a truck. And that's the other thing we were talking about, guys, is trucks have a specific need for low end and mid range torque. And I'm not talking about like idle to 1500 RPMs. I'm talking about, usable torque. Your damn torque converter is coming in, 1800, 2000 RPM. Bill, you don't need a LS swap. You should, because it's cool and it's like changes the world. But the reality is it's nice to have the LS, but you can turbo a small block. If you guys go to turbo forums, there's one on there called the Grenade, and that thing made like 300 passes. It was like 9-1. He sprayed nitrous at it, and it still didn't break, and it was just a junkyard truck block. So, and Drew's is right. The only thing that you can replace displacement with is with boost, or not boost, but airflow from a huffer kind. So roots blower.
And what kills engines?
Heat
detonation.
Yeah.
Keep that detonation away. You could just kind of pack in whatever you want. My buddy was running 30 pounds on an LS6 intake, and LS1. All I had was forged pistons, and that thing was a freaking rocket ship. What's up, Anthony? Good to see you up in here. Zooman75 says, 8.1 MV4500 swap to my K5 camper this fall. Right on. Is that like one of the chalets, or is it just a, tell us more about that. Do you have like one of the chalets that are rolling around here?
Oh man, that 8.1, no, that's definitely going to be a stump puller. It's hard to beat a 496.
Hell yeah.
But Bill's talking about, 454s fresh. Bill said about 380 horsepower and decent torque. Hey, you know what though? Big blocks have their place. It's funny. I got one, and I've towed with it, and it's a huge difference between the two. The biggest thing here is that a big block does everything under 2,500 RPM. And the key is if you have a big block that'll breathe above 3,500, 4,000 RPM, yeah, that's your Vortec 454 or your rectangle or oval port, or I don't know that much about big blocks, so I'm going to preface that. But there are things you can do to make them better. But remember, when you start to change the cam and you get past 220 degrees of duration, you're going to start to trade that stuff off. The cool thing about the turbos is you don't have to trade everything. You can have a motor that is a boat freaking stump pulling crazy torquey mother effer, and then you have a big turbo on it that spools later, so you enhance the later part of the power band. If you have the valve train for it, let it eat 6,000 RPMs at 12, 15 pounds, whatever it is, if you have a turbo big enough to support that. Other side of the spectrum is you run a small turbo.
These are guys in here. They're all going to run a turbo big enough to support that.
You better hope. But the one thing, actually, hang on just a second.
100 millimeter. All right, what's up going on? We got Savage up in here. What's up, Savage? Good to see you, brother. Lewis.
It's
good
Rob.
To see you, Lewis.
Zoomad75. Dude, I should have known this. Rob's got a really, really nice K5. It's got a pop-up camper in the back, and it's super clean. They went through and they redid all the stuff inside, put new fridge and stuff like that in there. He's got a 5.3 in there, and it's just not he's in Colorado and stuff, and it's just really not making the low end that he needs it to make. And I know where he's going with the 8.1 because our buddy Larry has a really nice K10 that's on tons.
Is that dirty? Is that dirty, Larry?
Wait. Dirty Larry. I guess you could say, dude, it's an 8.1 with an NV 5600 on tons. Dude, that thing is super sick. Yeah. Larry doesn't mess around. Anything Larry touches, it looks like it came from GM. Dude, it's so
Is that clean. The blue one? Is it blue?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And they use it, dude. They take them out. Like Rob sent, he posted some video, or it was on live stream, and it was snowing. And they're like going, I don't know where they were going, but it was pretty crazy to see you can't even see the road, and they're just cruising along doing their thing. And I'm like, that's totally alien to me. I think it's cool because, you got this old Chevy truck that probably really wasn't designed to do all that. And then they're out there just roosting around and doing it for multiple days at a time. I have a lot of respect because when I'm out in the desert, I ain't in my truck for multiple days at a time. I'm in my trailer.
Yeah.
Living it, roughing it,
I like the idea of going out there and staying for a couple days, but I like just kind of going out there and messing around and then coming back. Yeah. Unless I have all the creature comforts. Natty Gaines, what's up? Natty Gaines says, picking up 274 K5s tomorrow for $1,200. For $1,200 tomorrow, I'll have 4 K5s. LOL. I think I have a problem. I don't think you got a problem.
I don't think I fully.
You see any problems there, Steve?
You could just send me one of those. It's cool. If you think it's a problem, I definitely I'll help you out with that problem because I got room.
Yeah, I got room here too.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you
anybody
could just
else in the
send both of them here.
chat like see any
Yeah,
kind of problems with
you could
having
donate them
4K
to here.
fives? I think like that's like the definition of not a problem when you have more than one.
Absolutely, you have to have more than one because, I mean, ideally you would have 7, right? You could have. Can you imagine 7 different K5s, dude?
I think just depending on the room, like you could just keep collecting them,
Right.
until somebody complains, your HOA or your wife or something. But
The only thing is to me is they got to all run at some point in time. That's it. I like driving my trucks.
yeah, all my projects don't run right now, which is kind of like it goes against my rules. But what are you gonna do?
That's the way it goes.
Hell
So let's
yeah.
see here. Rob saying lots of beer in the cooler on the desert trip. Absolutely have to stock that thing because you got to stop every 12 minutes to have a beer, and then you got to stop every 17 to go pee. So that's just the way it goes. But yeah, man, I fully support that. And let's see here. Chris is saying 2 for 1,200. That's a lack of a problem. Yeah, absolutely.
That's definitely a lack of a problem.
Oh,
What
man,
kind of shape are they in? Are they like rusted out or they looking good?
they're California K5s.
Oh,
Yeah, and Bill's right here saying, shit, a bottle of whiskey can be your tent, 3 square meals, a pillow, and anything else you need to camp. It's all one handy bottle. Yeah, you get drunk enough, you just don't care.
yeah. What does it matter?
This has happened before. I'm not going to say when or where, but I definitely know what he's talking about.
All right, we got Shad Schusler.
Schlosser.
Schlosser.
No, come on, don't butcher his name is Shad Schlosser. All right, then. I like to think that he has a mean accent. My name is Shad Schlosser. We've got a 1980 K10 truggy that's full-length with the ballistic fab coilovers out back, 6-inch springs in the front, mate. Sorry, I don't. That morphed into something way.
Shad.
Sorry,
We're just messing with you, bro.
He's like the narrator for your life, Dave. Hey, where's that USB stick you've been sucking on?
Yeah. He's got the Jeep and he vapes.
So yeah, I came to this realization today, guys. So sorry, it's hard to get it out. So I was sitting here with this guy. It's the Shad. So I'm sitting here and we're talking about this, and he starts blowing on this or sucking on this thing, and I'm like, what the hell are you sucking on? Is that like a USB stick? And he goes, no, man, it's my vape. And I'm like, and you drive a Jeep? And I just realized it was like,
it crawls over rocks.
right. Okay, so
I know, like the reckless wrench guys are sending me stuff on the messenger, like, hey, you're gonna get pulled out by some kind of Ford thing, and it's like, well, not yet. I don't even think a Blazer or K10 could get down that trail that I was on the other day. It'd be tough.
we will have to see.
You could, but it'd be beat up.
Right.
That's super. Hey, I ain't no Subaru guy though. I do have limits. Hey, at least it's made in the USA. All right.
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 So what color is the interior? Nobody cares.
Yeah. All right, let's stop here.
Oh, look at this. Chris is like, he's saying that his bird will fit down there.
Hey, I want you to bring the Suburban so we can go on that trail. We'll have all the cameras. I'll winch you out or whatever, or you can winch out. No, I had to winch like 2 or 3 times on that trail.
It's okay though. It's a good thing you had it. Like subbing a burb or a full size down like a Jeep trail. Like I see those little icons and they're like, oh, it's a diamond, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Let's go down that one. And so we did that in Big Bear, and I had Ethel when it was a diesel still, and it was welded front and back, and it was like, stick and could go pretty much anywhere it wanted. It shouldn't go places that it went just because it had traction and weight. And I think what the key here is for a full size down a rock trail like that is you just ram it home with no lube, because like that's how it is.
Jesus.
Just ram it home. There's just no, you're dragging the middle of the truck over the rocks. See, I might have did. We're not going to talk about this, Bill. It's a diesel of some brand, but we're not going to go into that again because that's a shameful act.
Shameful act.
I'll talk about that.
What does it say? Jeep trail. We don't like bypasses. what Chris
Right.
has to say.
That's what he said.
Bro, you know what? So this is my thing, right? I'm tired of beating up old square bodies. It's like when I go to the sad thing is like, I don't know, 10 years ago I could go to the wrecking yard and there'd be like a whole row of them at the pick and pull. And now I go there and I'm lucky to find like 2 of them. You know what I mean? And so like it's moving to like the 90s truck. So it's like, I'm kind of like not wanting to like beat any more of them up.
I can agree with you on this one. That's why I picked the desert. But I'll tell you, I don't know if it's good, Mark, or something. They make sheet metal. So granted, it's not that great, but chances are when you're at the junkyard, that's probably not that great either. I mean, there are still some out there. We're not talking about the most rare trucks in the whole world, but I personally feel like I get what you're saying, but at the same time, quit being a pussy, Dave. You got a Jeep.
So I got a Jeep, so I'm not beating up a square.
You know what? You
but
can change.
The K10 is going to do plenty more wheeling. So
for sure, and I get that. But what I'm getting at is you have a kid. Oh man, this is perfectly. This Dylan Thompson's right here saying, I'm a 16-year-old kid and I'm building a 1980 Chevy K20. I'd like to keep it cheap. Dylan, thank you for tuning in, brother. You are part of the reason why we're doing this, man. And I will give you 2 tips. If you want to keep it cheap and you want that thing to do stuff, you need to get crafty. You need to get on the forums. You get on CK5 or K5Blazer.com and do some reading. And there's some good people on there that can point you in the right direction. I think the cheapest and easiest thing that you can do is probably put a set of used. Don't buy new springs. Just go find some used springs on Craigslist. Put some, Monroe shocks on there and a couple, some 33s or some 35s. And get your driveline angles good and maybe 4 inches of lift, and you can have a really good time in these trucks and go a lot of places without trucks, even with half-ton axles, and have a good time and not spend $1 bajillion. And welcome to the family, brother.
Yeah, welcome, man. Yeah, I went to the pick and pull and got my lift kit for I think I paid like $25 for the front springs and the back blocks for 2.5-inch Ranchos.
Heck yeah, man.
So hell yeah,
it's perfect. These guys keep asking about Dick shirts. I mean,
yeah. Hey, so somebody asked about that. Adrian asked about that. You can go to cafepress.com/Dicks4x4 and you get them there.
Hey, Bill, that's probably not a bad idea. I should probably take those notes. You got to keep her PG.
What? Okay, what did I miss?
He's like, hey, 16-year-old, I'll keep her PG. Right, Bill?
Yeah. Right, we do our best here.
Yeah.
So they just...
Yeah, don't drink.
As more of the liquid goes down, like less of the PG-ness.
Yeah, don't what state are you in, brother? We want to know more about where you're at, man.
And Hosto, what's up, brother?
Hey, Adrian, right here. Let's see if I'm not going to screw this name up. De Los Santos. Oh man,
that's good, bro. You're from Cali, man. You got it down.
De Los Santos. Okay, so 52
and
56.
Bad statement? I don't know.
He said, where are you located? Adrian, that's so cool, man. Pay it forward. That's part of what we're about. I think that's awesome that you're putting that out there. So Zoomad, so Rob's talking about I went all out in the Rockies and went cheap on my old K5, leave it unlocked, and the breakage will be minimal, and I totally agree with that. Ivan K5/K10 Frere. Oh, so I screwed that up. Yeah, keep it simple, off-road, not locked up, and shops trying to outdo the next guy. Yeah, remember, man, you're going to have limits. You got if it's a K20, it's a long wheelbase, so it'll be a hill climbing SOB. But remember, if you're in the throttle, try not to be on the throttle full lock. And just as graceful as you can. You got to keep your momentum up. If you can't keep up your momentum, try not to spin the tires at all. If you're limited because you got a turbo 350, or in this case it's a 20, it's probably got a turbo. It's probably got a turbo 400 with a 208. So it might not be terrible. If it has a 203 in it, it's going to have a dismal low range, but still it could still work, man. You know what? I remember I had a K20 78, 400 small block, 400 turbo trans, 373s, with limited slip, and a no lift. Put 33 inches tires on it, and I drove that thing all over the place until I rolled it in college in Phoenix, Arizona, coming down the Widowmaker. I made it up, and then I didn't make it down because the dirt broke free, and I rolled that truck. So
I like a story has to add in the Widowmaker.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a true trail.
It's on the Widowmaker, man.
That's somebody that's on the Widowmaker. Oh my gosh. But I didn't roll this one. See,
Yeah.
my dad was smart, and he goes, "I'm probably not going to give that to him until he's at least 30. The
Yeah,
rest
that's a
is
good idea.
history."
You know, this lady at my work, she's got a 67
She
Camaro
equipped.
convertible.
She have
No,
nice.
she don't.
Oh,
But anyway,
okay.
so she gave this car to her 16-year-old daughter, and I'm like, there's no way. It's like fully restored. It's like you can't give that car to somebody under like 25. I don't
Nope.
think.
They can't appreciate.
There's
Dude,
like
even
no way.
25, they don't even know what it is. What year is it?
67.
Dude.
Red, pristine, all the interior convertible. It's awesome.
Oh
It's
man, Drew,
awesome.
you're right. 203, 205, super easy. But I don't know that. I don't think he needs that right now. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
There's sometimes too
Yeah.
much gear,
Well,
especially.
you know, 203, 205, it's like it sounds easy, but it adds up pretty quick.
Yeah, it's like 1,800, 2,000 bucks.
Yeah, and then you got to build cross members and stuff. Drive lines.
Listen to Bill, Dylan. Bill's right here. I started with no clue what I was doing. Ditto. Started to push my K20 and fix what broke along the way, and I was pretty mean to mine. Bill might have a foot that is as heavy as rock, and I've been there too. So, it's a K20. It's got a 14 bolt in the back probably, or a semi-float 14 bolt. If it's an 80, hopefully it still has a full floater. But yeah, and it'll probably be all right. And then and Hosto saying, yeah, she'll probably destroy that car. She probably will. She'll put it sideways through a tree. So
Yep.
it's just the way it goes.
And it's got like those old school like Firestone, like they look like those old bias ply
Polyglass.
tires. Yeah, so they're like
And it's
there's no
like true
grip.
life. It's kind of a heartbreaker.
It's sad. It was sad.
So
I heard the story.
that's just not good, but it is what it is. So I was driving
happens.
today, and I was playing the almost run out of gas challenge. But here's the thing: when you have E85,
Here we go
you
with
have
the
to make
E85.
sure you're near the station. So that's some bitch all the way on W, dang near, right? You know what W is, right?
W.
It's walk.
Walk.
It's past E.
Okay, I gotcha.
W is past E. So I'm like looking at it, and it's literally on the line, and I'm thinking, I only have a few miles. So I'm talking to you, and I lose track of what road I'm on. So I went too far.
No.
I went up the hill. I had to turn around, come back down. I had to go 5 or 6 blocks back to the station that had E85. And I don't remember how many gallons those saddle tanks are in the 80s trucks. It's but I put
They're not that
18.5
big.
gallons in it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're 19 or 20.
that sounds about right.
So you think I was on fumes? It was a good time. I was like, oh my god! I'm sitting there at the light idling. I'm like, don't run out of gas! Don't run out of gas!
I had a similar situation happen on Saturday, but I was in the Jeep, so we won't talk about it.
Oh yeah, we don't care about your.
Yeah, right.
Dave. Hey,
That's what
okay,
it's-
put it here in the comments. Do any of you guys care or give a rat's ass about a Jeep story that Dave has to tell us about his?
Just they're it's just it's wheeling, man. It's whatever.
And what about? So tell us about your vaping, Dave.
What do you mean? What do you mean about my Okay, so check this out. So I smoked for 8 years when I was younger, and I quit for 15, and then I ended up starting back again a year ago.
The kids,
Newports for a year.
Don't smoke.
And then I just quit, and started vaping. So whatever.
Hey,
That's what it is. But I haven't craved a cigarette since I started it.
I give you crap about it, man, but I actually think that it's good that you're doing that. But so you're not vaping because you just picked up vaping. You're vaping because you stopped smoking.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it.
Yep. It
Let's see
helps.
here.
Feel better.
For sure. C72 says, I like the rope trick he had going to keep him off the rocks. Where's that?
So you probably didn't take the time to watch my last video that I put up, but that those guys did. And so
Am I supposed to do that?
okay, so this trail we're running, it's called Two Leaf, right? And so apparently it got its name because when they were cutting the trail, some lady was in or some dude was in a buggy, and she broke 2 of her front leaf springs, he or she. So they call it Two Leaf. It's like the toughest trail, kind of around like the general vicinity Las Vegas area. And there's a rock. It's at the end of the trail before the last waterfall. It's called Prius Rock, and you get into a pit and you turn out and you're super off camber. And so the guys, 2 of them were pulling up top from my roll bar, and then one of the guys was pushing from the side to keep my fenders off the rock. That's basically what happened.
Nice.
So one day you can check that video out.
I'm going to have to check it out sometime next year. Um,
You got time.
I know, right? So let's see what's going on here. Cool
Yeah, what do you
story,
got?
Dave, about your Jeep. These guys said here, square bodies only tonight.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. I got a couple.
And Big Chevy, welcome, brother. I didn't see when you popped in, but welcome.
What's up, Big Chevy?
And Bill's over here talking about some Newports. My aunt used to smoke Newports. I know exactly that smell. Exactly what that smells like. That's bad. I grew up in an era. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Dave. Your uncle would light up with a match, which kids probably don't even know what matches are nowadays. It's probably dating me at this point.
Yeah.
But the smell of a lit match, your uncle's cool. He's like, "Oh, check this out." You could light a match, and then the smell of the smoke and stuff. You get in your uncle's truck, and you're like, "Gosh, dang, it smells like a pack of marbles in here." He ain't even smoking right now for a month. So it's crazy.
It's crazy. So like I grew up in California too, and so I can only count probably like 2 or 3 adults around me when I was a kid that didn't smoke. Like everybody smoked when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Which is probably part of the reason why I started back in the day. So.
Yep. And I didn't smoke. I just drink beer like everybody was doing.
Yeah.
But so what else we got going on here? Big Chevy, I need to buy a square body. Any suggestion on what year to pick? And Drew's saying start out with an 8-lug truck. I fully support this. So, and an MP205 truck too. So here's the thing: if you want an MP205 8-lug truck, you're pretty old. You're 76 and older, 3/4 ton at least. Chances of you finding an 8-lug truck mid 70s that's got a 203 are very likely, unless you get a manual transmission truck. In my opinion, the best thing that you could get without having to change a bunch of parts. So this is a hard one because you already have one in your garage. It's going to be a manual trans 3/4 ton truck. If it's a later manual, you can put a 241 behind it, and then you got a mean crawler for very little, and it has a long spline 30. It's a long output 32 spline, 465, which is the later model. The gear ratios are the same as the earlier stuff, but that way you could actually do the doubler pretty easily. The adapter is going to change. Yeah, it's longer. Benefit with the longer output, longer front drive shaft, more droop. You can more travel total. So if it was me, and I know it's not ideal, mid 80s, it's got to be after 82, I think. You're going to get a semi-flute 14 bolt, but 14 bolts are easy to find. Dana 60s are easy to find, or whatever, but the
semi-float's all right.
The semi-float's good.
Semi-float, man.
I'm not dogging it, but
you always dog it.
Float. Well, because I broke one, dude, with a 6.2 diesel.
That was the problem. I didn't like the diesel.
Nobody likes the diesel. Must have had too much torque. 265 foot-pounds at I don't know what RPM. That's at least as much as a 4.3 V6. So anyways.
Right. So Big Chevy's up in the house. He said he's from Kentucky, so he loves square bodies. So is there a bunch of square bodies rolling around Kentucky?
Yeah.
Let us know about that.
Yeah, I'm curious about Kentucky.
Yeah. Me too.
So Kevin's saying, I'll sell you the 205. Big Chevy's saying, I had a 3/4 ton 8-leg 86. Well, his uncle had it. Drew's saying he got one for sale. Crew cab K30. There you go, dude. Ooh. That's a man. I wish I had some money right now. And Hosto in the market for a new gas tank. I walked it this weekend with a puddle forming underneath the truck. That's not a good thing to find because that's like gas is like $5 a gallon. So yeah, that sucks.
Oh, bro, it's way expensive out there where you're at.
Yeah, 3 something. I run E85, so it's 260. Bill's saying, yep, try finding the 32 spline. I'm running into that issue with my trans being a 10 spline. Hence my comment because, dude, it made it so easy when I did my NV4500 swap. I just took that 208, threw it in the trash because I cracked it. Put the 241 behind that, stuck it in an NV4500 with no adapter. I mean, obviously the stock one. It was like it meant to be in that truck. I didn't even have to move the cross member with the LS swap. That was the easiest part, was bolting the engine in.
So I got a question for you. So on the 465s, now the ones that connect to the 208, they have that long adapter with the round.
I know where you're going with this.
That'll bolt too?
They're exactly the same length. So a 465 208 combination is within a half an inch of overall length of the NV4500 241 or 208 combination. So that means, yes, and that means mechanically the clutch and the linkage, and if you're crafty enough to be able to get a hold of a mill, and you're not like me trying to do it by hand crooked, you can use a 465 bell housing, but you have to drill the face of the NV4500. Hindsight here, spend the money, get the advanced adapters kit, and get the hydraulic clutch. Okay, just don't do what I did. Don't try and match the 85 hydraulic. It is super easy clutch, but it was a pain in the butt to set up. I don't know that I'd go that way. I'd go internal slave. I don't care what everybody says about the fork and stuff. It's a pain in the rear. I know myself, and we have another friend that has a 72 set up exactly the same way with Willwood hydraulics, and it's a pain in the butt. There's not enough room there for error, and you fry the clutch really easily. Otherwise, mechanically, it's like a bolt-in deal. I use the factory drive shafts front and back. So how much easier does that get,
It doesn't. Those drive shafts, man, they add up quick.
Oh, dude, you could spend $350 on a drive shaft.
These drive shaft shops that I have here in town, so there's one called Dan's. There's one called, everybody's probably heard of Adam's drive shaft, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so these guys are right here. I've used them before. They built the drive line for my K10 and stuff, but it's like, no matter what, either shop you go to, like you could take almost a brand new drive line in there and be like, yeah, I need to get it shortened. And they'll be like, yeah, man, they call you and they'll be like, yeah, the whole thing needs to be rebuilt, man. It's just fun. And they're like, bro, it's brand new. It's like these two shops have like a lock on this town. And it's like $400 every time. And they're always just trying to like, hey, you need this, you need the whole, dude, you need new joints. You're like, bro, the thing's got like 2,000 miles on it.
Hey, Rob's chimed in right here. He sees he's using the GMT 400 bell. I would do that. 700, 241 is the same length. Yes, and that's absolutely right. And 400 or 4L80 and NV4500 are the same case length as well. So like you technically pretty much you get a late 80s truck, and there will be so GM built the later trucks with the same drive shaft length in the front. So they were trying to do 31, 32 inches. So 700 R4, 241 is within an inch of the NV4500 4L80 or SM465. Cool thing about a 465 truck is it already has a 32 spline output or input for the transfer case. So 4L80 or NV4500 bolt in, and it's the round 6-bolt pattern. So that makes life super easy. And then you're not moving transfer case cross members and stuff. Anyways, Savage saying, so I've got a question, not to get off subject, but I have low on cash in my bills. I was thinking about doing a Warlock's front and back. What's your opinion on driving on pavement? I'm not sure about Warlocks. You know what that is?
I don't know. Let me pull it up here on the internet.
Intranets.
I don't know.
Internet. Drew's saying, hey guys, how do you guys build drive lines if you need to make 250 wall drive shaft, but unfortunately nobody will touch 250 wall? Well, that sounds lame, because I know a couple places. I would order one.
Yeah.
I would order one. I wouldn't. If your guys, the local, won't mess with your drive lines, then you find somebody that's better. Like I work with Banning Driveline down here in Southern California. They do the race truck drive shafts. They did the drive shaft on my Blazer. Dude, they'll shorten it for less than $200. I mean, they're so cool. And those guys run an old school shop. It's not, pretty shop, but man, they make great drive lines. So I don't have any problems with them. But anyways, and then C72 saying, you watch your mouth about that 700 Alpha. You know what, Chris, I got your 4L60, 700R4, 4L70, 4L70, blah, 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 whatever the heck you want to call it. Jake just broke the case off the back of his. So yeah, explain that one. You just take your 4L60. Can you ban him?
Can I? I don't know how to ban yet. I need to get some mods in here so they can just start banning these freaking guys that come in.
Oh my gosh, what about these 4L60s? You can just take that and you go home with it. Benny Archimobal, I drive my truck daily, but it has about 500 horsepower and a 12-bolt diff, and it's been a champ. Yeah, 12-bolt's pretty strong. We want to see a 6,000 RPM clutch drop from a dead stop, and I want to see if that 12-bolt lives.
Yeah, do it on video.
Yeah, we definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
What's up, Senor Taco? 4L60 for the win, bro. No, Big Shave, you're not going to ban you. That was Chris.
We ain't banning nobody.
We're Senor Taco. See, he's my best friend. 14 bolt for the win.
14
14 bolts for the win, front and back.
Front and back. No.
That could happen.
I don't know.
You
Sounds
don't
like a lot of work.
It's not very much work, I don't think.
Yeah,
you just
sounds
pay
like a lot.
somebody, and then boom, a sweet ass axle.
Yeah,
shows
but
up
that's
at your
my
house.
problem.
Well, you're just not stripping.
I can't pay people.
Well, you can. You just don't want to. You've been
Well, I
driving that damn
know.
cheaper you got over there with your freaking vape and shit, man.
I worked on my freaking truck forever.
It's all right, man.
Sorry, guys.
happens.
One day I'll do another video.
So Benny's saying, should I get a Pozio or a True Track? I want to do an upgrade. Do you crawl or are you just cruising on the street? Chris Grunow. Who's this Grunow now? Grunt now? We're going to call you CG now.
Or C72C2.
C72C2. 9 inches. That's about how much he could take before he starts to scream. Senior Taco, True Track.
Damn.
It's a
It's getting crazy up in here. That's a subscriber hangout, I guess. I don't know.
True Track because there's no clutches. And you can still do 2 tire fires.
Yeah, freaking put a gov bomb in there.
Oh, man. What's not much to crawl here in Houston?
G80.
Yeah, I could imagine Houston's pretty. You could crawl at the mall, bro. Woo!
Wow.
That's what Dave does. Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
Hey,
bro.
you
You
get your rock slide
all the time, man. They got those big parking things.
Oh, right. We should jump your Jeep, Dave.
Jump in the Jeep. I got a lot of payments to make on the Jeep.
Yeah, Bill. When you put the tire up in the air, there's no torque to transfer.
Hashtag unsub.
Unsub. UN sub. Dude, he must be a communist.
I don't know
UN
what's
sub.
up
What's wrong with you, Chris? Bam. This guy. Hey, so quick question, guys. Down here in the comments. Senior Taco is absolutely right. You could try that if you had a parking brake. I guess you could just drag regular brakes. I haven't tried that before. What do you guys want to see from us for the next show? Because we have ideas, but we want to know what you guys think. And if you guys like what you're seeing right now on the replay, right, just hit a like button and subscribe to the channel so you could, get notified when we, fire these bad boys up. Big Chevy, do y'all sell square bodies? Dude, we buy them and then we don't let anybody else buy them.
Yeah.
We don't sell any stuff.
Hang on to them till the end.
Right?
Or then we get tired and we put them on Craigslist and nobody buys them, so then we keep them.
Hey, Big Chevy saying tug of war. That's what the Chris does. Friday nights. Did you guys see him on the? They were tugging the heck out of that Suburban with that Bluetooth rear end. Steve, you want to learn some? Chris, I will let you stroke all kinds of shocks over here if you want. Hey, Dave's got.
They're gonna turn off our live streaming. We're never gonna be able to live stream again.
Right? Oh no. So Dave, Big Chevy, Dave's got 2 for sale right now.
Well, what's he talking about?
Don't worry about it.
What's about square body? Oh,
$1,500. You could have it. I'll take it, and don't worry about it. I'm over here hawking your stuff. Go topless in Galveston's a cool event, but just the beach. I'd love to go to one of those events.
I need to finish that thing right there.
Okay, let's talk about it, dude. What do you got? Let's leave it pointed at it. Leave it pointed over there.
All right.
Look at that. CarRatersSuck.com, dude. I totally forgot about that website.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Heck yeah. Are you going to do flatbed on that, or what are you going to do?
No, I'm going to leave it like that so the tanks, if in that cradle, the shocks actually mount to that tank cradle.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just got axles link and gears and steering.
Say that
rolling again.
Wait. Axles what?
Axles, links, gears, and steering. That's what's left on that.
It's a bunch of shit.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we'll get it handled.
Yeah, be all right.
Yeah.
So Bill Arrow says, let's talk about frame flex. We all know about some frame flex, that's for sure.
We like to deny that actually happens. The only flexing that we know about is when Dave's at the parking lot with his Jeep, and he's got his vape.
Wow, that's hard. Okay, yeah,
sorry,
keep
Dave.
going, better, buddy.
You bought a Jeep, man. You got that payment. You know what's up.
I know what's up.
All right.
Ain't no joke.
So, who can get the most? Well, if you got a long bed, then you definitely got that. I want to see how far you could drive a crew cab up an RTI ramp, and if it'll actually like, will it like allow it to articulate the frame enough for the front tire to touch the ground and have the back tire still on the ground? Like, I mean, that's what I want to see, man. Just like ratty crew cab, just oh man.
The problem is like you think there's a problem, but those things just keep going. It's like that's how those freaking drunk dudes in the '70s builded them, designed them. They're just like, put a rivet in, we're good.
Like brandy in my desk, bro. They didn't even know what bro was.
All the union guys, they were all like friggin' drunk all day long. Like, hey, put a truck together.
Feller. So, a funny story. We were a buddy of mine, Cameron, and I, when we were just out of high school, and I was actually just out of college. I'm about 6 years older than he is. His dad, my good buddy Dan, taught me quite a bit about fabricating and all this other stuff that I do now. We took a 6.2 diesel. Yes. We gutted it. Yes. The motor was thrown in the trash. Yes, where they belong. And then it was a 84 K20, or no, it was a C20. So we took all the suspension out from underneath it, took the cab off the body, and we just laid the frame on 4 jack stands. Okay, so we're on concrete, it's level, and you could literally pick up one side of that chassis, and the other three corners would stay on top of the jack stands. I don't know how far it was. It could have been 6 inches or a foot, but it was a substantial amount.
Yeah.
Then all we did was we went through and we welded all of the cross members in the truck. That was it. We didn't change anything else. And after it cooled, and it was bent, mind you, one side was like off of the jack stand, and I went and I put my foot on it, and just because of the the weight transfer, it lifted the other side up. And just by doing that, that showed me, just by minimal effort, how much of a difference and how much that dang frame flexed. So if that says anything about it, oh man, they're junk. Yeah. That's the thing
funny.
About these.
So Zoomad says they flex, work with it. I've watched Dirty Larry's K10 flex the frame 6 inches or better. Body lines don't match for sure, but it's funny. So I think Dirty Larry's on every single forum there is. He's on Pirate 70 or 67 to 72 Chevys, and it's like if you like try to talk to him about frame flex, he'll just be like, that's how it was designed, that's what it's supposed to do, blah blah blah. And then obviously it's working for him because he beats that thing.
Larry is smart, and here's the reason why. Larry hasn't significantly changed the way the truck works in its stock form. He's repowered it, but it doesn't appear to me that Larry drives like an asshole either. So there's a big part of that. He probably does sometimes, but for the most part, Larry is not outside of what we would consider a reasonable envelope of use, right?
Right.
So Larry uses the truck how it should be used. Yes, 8.1. He's got a big motor and big trans and big torque, but Larry's rolling 36s, I think, or 35s, maybe a little bigger than that. And he's got the camper and stuff on there. But the reason that it's working is, he doesn't have crazy springs. He doesn't have huge shocks. He's not loading it. If he's smooth, that's the reason why it's working. And I've seen the picture where he's got that tire pretty much under the water or whatever it was. He dipped that thing in there, and the whole thing's, twisted up all crazy on the trail. I think you know which picture I'm probably talking about, Rob. But yeah, so that's part of it, right? So if you use the truck within the design envelope that GM originally came up with, I think it's a fantastic truck. Doing donuts, third gear on the pavement, not sure if that's in the design envelope. Going rock crawling, probably not in the design envelope. And I mean the crawling that you do. Jumping trucks like this, not in the design envelope. And when you start to get to those points of where they cross, is when they start to crack. And there is, but Chris, absolutely, Chris right here, C72C, he actually doesn't know. We've been hiding it from him that he can't push full throttle because his legs are too short. So that's why he hasn't broke the frame yet. Yeah, I mean, he's like a T-Rex. We got short arms, you got short legs.
He sits on Chris's lap. Chris pushes the pedals.
That's awesome. He's got grown out. He's got
steer
the
left,
guy.
Chris.
He's got the Ford guy. Hey, Aaron, what's up? He's got to sit on his lap, and then he pushes the throttle.
You poor guys.
Shifting the gears, man. That's what I want to know.
They're like never gonna come back here ever again.
You better watch. They're gonna have a live feed
Just bash us, dude. They're gonna bash us like crazy.
Man, hey, did you hear that hack over at Fortify questionable 4x4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you subscribe to Dicks, just unsub, man.
Oh man. Hey Billy, I'd like to see that Fall Guy truck too, man. That thing is probably wrecked. He lifted his seat 3 inches. Yeah, okay. I want to see a tape measure of your leg. And I want to see a tape measure from the seat back all the way to the floor. Aaron's over here. Oh, it's okay, Chris. I'll be your friend still. Well, it's not that we're not his friend. It's just that, well, we have to point out the obvious flaws because they're funny. Oh man, what's your opinion of LSX in a square body? LSX like 454? That's quite a nasty motor. I think it deserves to be in a square body.
I'm for every LS engine that you can think of in a square body because it's super easy.
If you have an LSX 454, do it. Yes, it is the only way.
It is the only
way.
You're
in the church of the LS engine right here. The Lord and Savior, our LS engine. LS means Lord and Savior.
Lord.
Thank you for the 427. Thank you for the 454.
Yeah, right.
Thank you for the 364 and the 374. What is it? Right. Is it 364? Is that a 60? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. What? I think it is. No,
is there? What's the 62?
A 6.2?
Oh, man. 376? I don't remember.
I don't know. Whatever. They're still faster than a small block.
Taco for the win here. 365 cubic inches. Yeah, 6'2", 376. See, I remember random numbers for a reason. Okay, and this is one of those.
These guys are all awesome.
I love you guys. Aaron. Oh.
Why does Aaron always got to bring up the diesel? Because he's running a diesel, right? Like some kind of 6.2 thing.
I think. Yeah, I heard. Him in the 6.2. You know what, Aaron? Where's that? But have you learned how to ban people yet? See, he just took his headphones off to not hear that.
I didn't hear that.
You're a TBI, baby. Oh my gosh, Aaron.
TBI is better than carbureted. Carburetors suck.
Right. I got a carburetor on this truck. It definitely sucks.
It's funny. I still get people that watch that old video that says carburetors suck. And they're like, man, that's just BS. And it's like, well, you ain't rock crawling with one, so.
Right.
They're great, right? They work, but it's like they don't work for crawling.
No, they don't. I'm a carburetor. It's carburetor.
He even spelled it right. CARBUERTOR. Nice, brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Nobody ever found my website because they couldn't spell it.
Big Chevy. There's one thing that people like dispute the hell out of is Detroit diesel is a shipment. So Detroit diesel. Why are we back on the 6.2, Aaron?
Bro, Detroit. Like, are we talking like an old two-stroke Detroit? There ain't nothing that sucks about those.
6V53. Oh my God, man. Those are okay. If you guys want to hear amazing engine sounds that are not LSs, which is amazing, there's like almost no engines in the world that sound better than an LS. They don't sound better. They're on par. Go look up 12V71 TT. That's about the angriest buzzing dozen that you could possibly like. It just sounds like a swarm of bees with turbos and all kinds of gnarly stuff happening. I agree with you. I'd rather have an LS, but the Detroit diesel is pretty cool. It's unique. Plus, they come with the blowers.
What are you doing to me? You're going small again. Oh, you must be having some problems with your internet, with your interweb.
Oh man, did it start resizing?
No, you're good though. Gotcha.
Yeah. Aaron's
like, what?
No, he's like, what?
Was he talking about a Detroit?
Detroit diesels, yeah, dude. Yeah, they just are screamers.
What did they get? What is it? 4 gallons to the mile, for something?
Oh, I don't know. They're over the road motor. See my look at my head. Gotta fix it.
I'm fixing it right now. I think you got a good tech guy like myself.
Right. Thanks, Dave, for fixing it. Screaming Jimmy is cool. Yeah, dude. The Boss Garage, dude. They did a V16, and they've wrecked that thing, man. It was pretty wild. I think it sent something through the block and narrowly avoided those guys, dude. I can't remember those guys' names, but that was pretty cool. I watched that video. I watched them take it apart. That was cool.
Senior Taco is right.
Yeah,
he said, all right. Carbs don't suck. You just can't tune a carb, and you're exactly right.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
can't.
He doesn't know what high speed or low speed air bleeds are, or power valve channel restrictors or any of that stuff. But we'll teach him. I got this thing called the Holly box.
I put it
And,
together, my LS, and I call my buddy Joe, and he comes and just does magic, and then I go beat on it. That's
hey,
how I do it.
oh, Bill's asking if anybody watch the channel Zip Ties and Bias Plies. No, but that sounds like my channel.
It kind of sounds pretty cool. What kind of?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't even have cable, so I don't know that. But is it on like
yeah,
YouTube or something?
right. Damn it, Aaron, you guys got trolled. Mission accomplished. Well, dudes, I got to head out already. Catch you later. Next time, Chris. Don't let him get to you, man. Later, Aaron. I appreciate the fact that you jump in here, dude. And I know how late it is over where you're at, but be good, brother.
Right on, man. Take it easy, Aaron. See you next time, bro.
So LSX 454 in a mud truck. I think that sounds cool.
That sounds cool.
That's like how high does an LSX 454 run?
I don't know. Probably a lot. I'd probably
You
go
know
with like a 6 liter or something.
But yeah, just put a big old cam in it. Bye, dude. And put like 300 and 360 degrees of duration. Just never close the valves. Yeah, and just let it.
See, that's the cool thing about building like mud truck or a drag race car is because it's like you don't care about any of the like the crazy variables. You just like try to go big and make it work.
Does it make power at 4,000 to 7,000? Yes. Okay, that's the cam I want. And then you're like, what stall do I need? Infinite. Okay, yes, that's the one I want too. So,
hell yeah.
Natty Gaines. God, that sounds like a beer. What's your favorite front clip? Well, as of last week, because of Griffin Fab putting out that sexy crew cab pre-runner, it's a square, double square headlights. But before that, it was like a 70s with round headlights.
All these guys are going, let's see. So Senior Taco says 83, 84. Bill Arrow says 81. And Adrian says 81, 82. I don't know. My favorite is, what's the K20? A 79?
Yeah,
I love
that's
it,
what
dude.
mine is too, man.
Oh, yeah.
So when's the big off-road Square Buddy Desert Run?
Bro,
When
if I had
more
to
than
work in
one of
Square
them is
Body,
running?
I'd be out there in the desert trying to do something.
Right? Hopefully before the summer. I don't know. That's a hard one. Duke City Mini Bike 78. Yeah. Round eye. See, we got a couple round eye guys in here.
Yeah, man.
That's a cool thing about these trucks, right? You kind of swap between one or the other if you wanted to. So you could rock like Ethel's the square light, and then I got the round light. So I don't have to care which one it is. I could say both. 91 if you could get decent headlights without huge cost. Yeah, dude, that's kind of like that GMT 400 crossover. That looks cool. Personally, I like a grill that'll hold the headlights after I smash it up with the trees and rocks. Bill, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, but what the hell are you doing to your truck, bro?
Dude, you're not supposed to drive it through the rocks and the trees.
He's
You're
a
supposed to drive
logger.
it
He just
over.
like bounce it up.
I mean, come on, dude.
Over trees.
Come on. Bill, put it down. He's probably hitting the whiskey again.
I think my least favorite is like, I think it was the older ones that like it almost seemed like the grill was smaller. I think those are like the early 70s.
73, 74, where it's like inset.
Yeah, I didn't really dig those that much.
They didn't dig you too. It's
Probably
okay
not.
though. There's people out there that love the 73s and the 74.
Oh,
I don't care if it has round headlights.
You don't care?
I don't care. I'm about the round headlights. I'm cool with that.
I think if I found one that was in good shape, I wouldn't even care. It don't really matter that much to me.
Chris over here talking crap about light pods and whatever stays attached. You know, Chris, we're about ready to ban you because Aaron's gone. He's not here to protect you. Hey, did you get the Suburban running yet? I saw you guys got it back together. I'm super, super excited to see that thing jump again. So don't drive it. Put it on the ramp truck and drive it over to my house. I'll put my rear end in my truck and we'll go over and we'll jump it.
So
again.
If any of you guys haven't watched Reckless Wrench Garage, you got to go check out their channel and see what they're doing. And then let me know, Chris, what or when your next video is coming out, because I definitely want to see it.
For sure. So let's see here. Duke City Mini Bikes. He's got a Square Body 78 Blazer or a Jimmy, which is cool. Drew saying it's a pain in the ass to put an 81 clip on a 73 to 79 cab. Yeah, it is. Yeah, because of the hood hinges.
Yep.
Do a super Fall Guy jump. I did that.
But you got to play the music though. You know, like
right.
It's like, dude, I love the '80s shows with like those long old frickin', just those sick old, intros.
Oh yeah.
Intro.
We have a pretty sick intro.
I think so. I don't think we rolled it this time. I think we just jumped right into it, but it's all good. It's live.
Right. You guys both banned. You never see him in Suburban again.
Yeah, we'll go to their channel and it's just like blacked out.
Oh man. Chris and Chris, you'll never learn. Chris over here, grunt out. You know what? Do me a favor when you see the midget again, just smack him for me.
That was from Steve.
No, you're too high up. You gotta reach down to hit him. Dude, he's gonna see me when I first see him. He's gonna punch me right in the
Probably
stomach.
we're gonna see him, but they're just gonna like mess us up.
Yeah, right. It'd be a big old brawl. It'd be like Square Body brawl. Big Chevy, hit me up if you guys want to sell a Square Body. For sure, dude. But that's never gonna happen over here. So you're asking the wrong guys. You gotta go find the guy. Dick punch.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Hey, you should rename this video derailed and just ran into the ground.
Yeah, it's just it went south quick. You know what's funny, right? So like, I don't know if any of you guys, like when you were growing up as a kid, like there was always that one dude on your street that had that project in their garage, and like
it never came out.
When you were a kid, it was there, and like when you graduated from high school, it was still in the garage. Right. Like that's the guy you want to try to buy the project off of, because like the dude ain't never doing nothing with it, and I'm trying not to be that guy.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it's funny. So I started in my garage, and I was in the garage for like 5 months, trying to do shit that I didn't know I was doing.
Quit yawning.
I'm sorry, man. It's been a long week. Chris over here. Hey, Bill, I'm right behind you, brother. Okay, so yeah, dude, I'd like come home, I'd open the garage, and be like, oh man, my truck's still in there on blocks. So my buddy's like, bring it over. I'm like, all right, cool. We brought it over there, and then it just wasn't in here. And then the garage was like empty, and that was really weird because I never was not around my truck, and it was like living away. So then I treated it like a job, and that kind of took some of the fun out of it, as you've noticed yourself. Yeah. You're trying to build these trucks, and you can't do it every day, day in and out. It's just, it takes the fun out. So you got to kind of take a break sometimes. And I mothballed it, built 2 other friends' buddies' trucks, and yeah, dude, it just sucks, man. So that's why I've been telling everybody, like, you got to keep your truck in a state to where you can drive it. And if you're going to do a big swap of some kind, oh man, I hate saying it, but it's worth the money to buy shit as a kit, whether it's an engine, whether it's a harness, whether it's a trans or transfer case. I know a lot of us are broke. It's hard I can say this without actually taking this advice, but I'm going to preach it. That allows you to
preach it, brother.
Preach it, brother. Get your stuff, get it in a kit, put it in the truck, and drive it the next weekend. Yeah. 3-day projects, man. If it's longer than 3 days, then it's too long of a project because the Square Body comes off the road, and that's not cool. Yeah. If you're going that far with it, you might as well go way farther, and then it's years.
You know what? So here's my kind of advice, right? And obviously, I don't take my advice all the time, but like when you're doing something big, like obviously the truck is like it's a long-term thing, right? Because you have this end goal in mind, and you probably can't afford it for the next 20 years, so you just do little things. So like if you could just kind of get it running and it's good, and then go into like a 3-month kind of build, and then bam, it's back on the road, and then you go to another aspect of the build after that. Like if you can do it in stages to where it's like it's not really down that long, like it's just kind of temporary thing to where you can go out and drive it, then it makes it easier to hop back on the build after you kind of like satisfied yourself by driving it a little bit, I think. So.
I think you're right. The main thing there is to not get scope creep or what I call truck ADD, which we all get. You start to take something apart and you're like, well, I might as well. Rob knows this term extremely well. Might as well. MAW. If you go on CK5, we got a buddy of ours who recently moved to Texas, and he has one of the totally just most disgusting 72 K5s you could ever imagine.
That's that baby blue 72. It
It
started out, or no, was it green or baby blue? I know it's called the Might As Well build, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what color it is right now because you might have painted it.
It's like the sickest build ever.
Yeah, because it's portals, custom frame, big block. I mean, it's stupid. And Greg is the guy's name, Greg72. He's an IT guy also, and he's super detail oriented. I thought it was gray. It's got hubcaps too, dude, custom wheels and everything. And it's sick, but it's been in a build state forever, and I want to see that truck drive, man. So it's just like one of those things. Like, it's crazy when you think about how much time and money is into something like that, and it's like, I'm not that much of a perfectionist. I can respect the quality that he's going through. I can absolutely do that, and that's why he's building that truck, because he wants to build exactly the way that he wants to build it, and more power to him. But he's not driving it, and that's I don't want to say that sucks, because it's not. It doesn't. But if you're not driving it, it's easier for it to get mothballed and to not be driven. I feel it's just like a little bit of a depressing conversation.
Yeah. Well, it's true though, because it's like, I feel the same way. Like, there's people that I know personally that it's like, it's almost like if they don't have a Dana 60 and they don't have it the way it's like, it just sits there, and it's like 10 years down the road, and it's like, I've already built like 2 trucks. You know what I mean? Like my K10, it's been everywhere. My Blazer was everywhere, and it's like I went out and it did the best it could for what it had in it. But I was able to get out and have a good time, and then it led to different things, and then I kind of figured out, hey, what I really needed and what I didn't need, and so stuff like that.
We're right here on SquareBodyTalk. We're all about being real, and Drew's talking about building brackets by hand and stuff. My complete entire truck was built by hand, and I gutted it, motor, trans, everything, cut the dash out, took the seats out, completely removed all the interior from the truck, because I knew I was going to get stupid with it, and I wanted to be safe, so we got a cage in the whole thing. But still, it's not done, and I got here in 3 years. A lot of the reasons is because I was helping other people build trucks, and I was trying to start a business and stuff. So that obviously takes precedence. But the reality of it is it's just, I am so happy driving it. You got to believe that when I figure out, I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something to it. Okay, how long is that going to take me? How can I do it faster, but without making it shitty? And that's a super hard compromise, man. It's a hard compromise. You spend more money. That's what it is.
I do the videos because it kind of keeps me honest a little bit. It's just like, it'd be like, I want to shortcut this, but it's like, all right, I can't show this to the internet, or they'll beat me.
They'll definitely. I'm over here to see if I get in the screen.
They got Wrangler Addiction up in here. Building my JL. Next ARB lockers and regear. It's getting there. Right on, Matt. See, we got another Jeep person up in the house.
Nice.
It's awesome. Hell yeah. Love to hear that.
So, Aaron, I thought you were leaving, and congratulations, Aaron bought his plasma table today. That's rad, dude. Super rad. Sorry, I'm trying to get me back in the screen here.
I'm still freaking cutting stuff with a freaking jigsaw.
Right.
Or freaking whatever, but it works. Whatever.
Right. Just empty every pocket. Unfortunately, guys, there's a reality here. If you want a truck at a certain level, you're going to need to spend some money.
You gotta pony up.
And if you're not going to have the money, that's when it's down. And that's kind of what happened to me. You start something, you did not realize how much it was going to cost you. Aaron's saying he's going to send me some special shapes. I'm going to move this phone over here so that's better for everybody. Aaron, when you send those, I'll open them on live video. I will purposely not open the box because I want to see what you made.
You're going to send him some of those gussets? You can send me some of those too.
It's awesome. definitely not what you think it's going to be. And I can pretty sure tell you what it's going to be. But we're not going to talk about that because this is a PG channel. We don't say cuss words here.
Wrangler Addiction. Tell me more about your JL. How long have you had it? What trails have you run?
Dave.
Hey, I'm the only other Jeep owner in here other than Wrangler Addiction, so it's all right. I make Jeep videos too. Don't unsubscribe, everybody.
I didn't sign up for this.
Bro, you know what? It's SquareBodyTalk. But they're just little squares. That's all they are. They drive like crap. You can barely keep them on the road. They just crawl over rocks good.
Now I get it. Rob's helping me out here.
What?
Just empty every pocket.
Yeah,
he's spelling it out. Aaron,
stands for.
You get out of here with that crap. Unsubbed.
Steve, what?
I'm not talking.
What's you got a Bronco? Okay, if you have a Bronco, tell me it's the old small one.
Why would you want an old small Bronco too?
Okay, tell us what year you have.
No,
it'll be an intervention. I should roll the be like music so we can do a intervention.
Ford parts in my Chevy, okay? Ronco.
Yeah, so the problem was his K5 was rejecting that frickin' 9 he got in the back. Just wiped it out.
Eddie Bauer edition.
Eddie Bauer.
Yeah, right, Aaron.
With the biscuit seats.
Oh my God.
Senior Taco unsubbed, LOL. Nice. Hey, Aaron, thanks for letting me know that Steve's got a Bronco. Right on. Are you saying that he has a Bronco or that the Blazer is a Bronco? Because it's got, I don't know. I'm just saying. All right, let's see here. In Hosto, I got a K5 and an XJ. So I guess that makes 3. Right on. Nothing wrong with an XJ.
Oh,
Except, when you're driving a Wrangler, though, you don't really wave to the XJ guys. I don't know. That was one of the things we talked about last time. Because they're lower class.
That's why.
Yeah, right. It's like you just whatever. You don't whip to.
You're like, You're like my mom's Honda has a unibody.
An Eddie Bauer edition. Wow.
All the truth is coming out here.
What?
As
this show goes along, they're gonna learn so much about us. They're just gonna be like, we're never watching this show again.
They're like, why do we even tune into this? It's absolutely just a train wreck of a freaking.
It is. It's whatever. It's all right.
Oh man,
it makes my week though.
Steve has a Blazer with a 9-inch and beams equals Bronco. So okay,
Lucy identifies as a Bronco, Dave. Oh
my God,
damn son, damn.
Aaron, I don't know what to say about that.
Damn.
And then Dave's like 5 lugs on a Chevy. What the fuck, Steve?
Who's Dave? 5 lugs
there
on
are
a
5/8. There are 5/8 studs. Okay, and the wheels were cheap, and they're beadlocks, and there's TTB ends on the friggin' hubs. And
I don't think a 4x4 should have 5 lugs. Do any of you?
I want to have a competition. We can see how far you can jump.
No,
your
I want
truck.
to have a conversation about 5 lugs.
Well,
I don't think that they should be on a 4x4.
Why not? What's wrong with 5 lugs? How come?
It's not right for a Chevy.
The C10s, early C10s are 5 lug, bro.
No, I'm talking about we're talking about square bodies here.
I'm talking about Chevy C10s, like they're 4-wheel drive.
Well, C10s do. The old C10s.
Yeah, 72.
Why you got to get technical of me?
Oh man, you're trying to say 5 lug, 5 on 5.5 with the Chevy full pattern, there was a Dodge full pattern, there was a Jeep, and then Ford. We're talking. Okay, are you saying you don't like 5 lugs and you want 6? Senior Taco, go back even earlier. There are 5 lug C10s. Anyways, it doesn't matter. 8 lugs is where it's supposed to be. I'm putting 8 lugs on my Blazer. I'm gonna put my 4 to 5 beams on there.
Oh, Aaron Mills. He says my Camaro has 5 lugs and a 3.1 V6.
Hey, and you know what else it has? A mullet.
What's wrong with the mullet? Yeah, Steve, with that beard, you look like you could rock a mullet.
I don't know what to say about that because I couldn't grow a mullet and still have my job. But I feel like that's a challenge. But I can't go there because even right now I got questionable length hair. It's going into my ears. So I would rock the hell out of a mullet. Even if my wife is like, get rid of it. I'll be like, babe, I got to have the hair as long as my beard down to my ears. I just don't think she would allow me to sleep in the same bed as her if I did that.
Hey, look down at Chris Gruno's comment.
Steve's Blazer is a Bronco in disguise, pretty much like... Oh, lady boy, man. Dang, I thought I was the one with the flamethrower tonight, but damn, that one.
Whoa, these guys are
Okay,
up in here just like bringing it. They are
let me
bringing it.
tell you something.
Hey, a reverse mullet. Nice.
Oh man, yeah, that's it right here, dude. Turn upside down. Yeah, C72's right. He's getting all some specific on this here. So
Yeah. Phantom Blooper, what's up, brother?
Dave misses a K5, absolutely. And Drew's saying I just shaved my mullet.
Nice. Hey,
Yeah,
nothing wrong with the mullet, man.
no, it's cool, dude.
You know, mullets. So there used to actually be a website called, I think it used to be called mulletsgalore.com. And it was like a long time ago, and like it had them classified. There was like the Camaro mullet, and the, like all these different kind of mullets, and it was like awesome.
Like, oh, I thought it was.
Yeah. And then there was guys who look like Kenny.com. It was all dudes with beards. Like it was the different types of kitties. I don't even know if the sites are still around, but they were funny.
Oh, that's awesome. Mullethunter.com. Aaron, Lucy was a 6 lug in the beginning, and then she had 3/4 ton drivetrain, so it was 44, 14 bolt, 203, 350, 350, and then it was 350, 350, faux 9-inch, and TTB outers with Steve inners. Her legs are all Steve. I'll put new legs on her. Phantom
Steve.
Blooper? Who's that? Oh, what's up, dude?
Blooper. What's up, Phantom Blooper?
Why don't we just call him Green Pea? Because he's a green pea. His logo is.
It's
I don't
green
know.
pea.
I don't know. You
Yeah. You don't have a picture. Yeah, I was funny about Bill Arrow's picture. It's just like this crazy looking cat. It's kind of interesting. And then you know what's funny about C72C? I was gonna ask him because I don't know. Is he like eating a cheeseburger or like what's going on in his avatar?
Pay more attention to this right now. I gotta go back and look at this.
He's like.
No, dude. There's no cheeseburger there.
I don't know.
It's this.
It's bratwurst time or something.
Oh
my God!
My identity is classified. I literally read that as I identify as classified. I'm like,
identify as classified.
Oh man, should we change this to like crap talk?
But I think it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. It's awesome.
Hey, Aaron's truck is in the same position it's been in for the last 3 years. Hasn't moved from the garage.
What does Daniel have going on? Daniel
Yeah.
Castaneda, my Jeep has a 9-inch 5-lug in the rear with a passenger Chevy 44 and Ford 5-lug hubs. Right on, man.
That's cool. Sounds
It's
like
okay in a Jeep.
Right? Yeah, Jeep's like bastard child of all the brands. It's like, yeah, they slept with some guys at like International, and then they slept with some guys at, Ford, and it's all that kind of stuff.
It is funny about like the old Jeeps. Like it was like a GM steering column, and like it was like from like all the parts were from different manufacturers.
Right, they came with Turbo 400s with a special bolt pattern and stuff like that. So Chris is saying that's the call me sign. The call me. But from the side, Chris?
Looked like he'd already been called.
Oh man, the replay over here. Oh, you can't see my arm.
Look at Barrelero. I see tweakers running around with 6-lug and 8-lug in our town from time to time. I did that for like a month when I was doing my axle swap.
Right. You got to be really worried when they're 8 in the front and 6 in the rear.
I guess so.
Right. Yeah. Crazy. Right on. So turbos.
You want to talk about turbos?
You know what? So the turbo thing, we were wondering, Dave, when you were going to put an LS and a turbo in your Jeep.
When Chevy sends me an LS, I'll put it in there.
Man, you got one in your garage, though.
An LS9 would be nice. That's the thing, dude. Like the Jeep just runs so good. It needs that power for the sand, but I don't do a whole lot of sand in it, so it's just like rock. So. It definitely don't have sand power.
It don't have the sand power. I don't even know that I have sand power, actually. So it's funny. I go out with my buddy Matt sometimes, and Matt's truck's got an LS 6-liter, and it's got the massive the Magnum box and ORD links front and back and stuff. It's pretty sick. But he's 4-wheel drive, and it runs good, and he climbs these hills, dude. He goes everywhere. There's like no limit to where he can go. And then I'm over here in my two-wheel drive, and I'm like, sad face, because it's like, damn it, I wish I would have left. I wish I would have just not cut the beams all to crap and left the transfer case in, or put a passenger or driver drop transfer case. TTB Blazer, that would have been cool, but I just didn't feel like I could handle it at the time. But still, I miss my four-wheel drive. It's coming back. I will have four-wheel drive in the next 2 years, I promise.
You know
And
what's
turbo.
interesting is that Aaron said he was gonna leave, but he's just like staying in here just to like talk shit to you.
You know what? Aaron is not leaving because he can't.
He can't leave. He's just like so in tune to the show.
No, he can't. Aaron can't leave because his truck don't run.
Oh, or as this Firebirds broke down or whatever that thing is.
His 3.1 Firebird. He's like, and then it starts up and sounds like cats dying.
It's like exhaust fell off of it or something.
Hey, they got your Ram Air V6, dude. It's ready to go, bro. You want to race? I got him. Oh, dang. Dangle, bro. We got you out there. But he came back. I leave, but I came back. Hey, you know what, Aaron? We're waiting over here for you with your V6 Camaro. You know what's messed up is like I got family from Oklahoma and Tennessee. So we were looking at our family tree the other night, and it doesn't fork. It's just straight. But the nice thing about it is underneath that's towing the tree is a square body, so we're cool.
This Joe's falling off the rails. Sorry, guys. It's going downhill.
My Camaro is straight piped. He's got V6 Fury out here. Yeah, it's just terrible. We aren't even talking about trucks anymore. This is bad. Okay.
It is.
Aaron, we want to know how many Camaros have you had, Aaron? Oh God, I can't even.
Has Aaron had more Camaros than me?
He might have.
He might have.
For sure. Thumbs down. This is bad. See, it's
Ivan
funny.
says, "What's up?"
The reason why there's only 21 people in here right now is because there's 21 other assholes in the world that want to watch us be jackasses on here at 10 o'clock at night almost.
Yeah, right.
So
like,
if we got
they're probably laying next to their wife and their wife's like, "Turn it down. This is stupid. Why are you watching that?
These
it's the worst thing ever.
Oh my God, these guys are so stupid.
Your truck sucks." No.
Oh my God, Bill, you are drunk. Oh my God. Chris is like, oh man, is your wife taller than you?
Oh, hey, everybody, make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Except for C72. Go over to Reckless Wrench Garage on their latest video and thumbs that shit down.
Yeah, just be like,
thumbs it down.
So
bunch
reckless.
Of it.
They don't have a vape or a Jeep.
Yeah, bro. I thought you were on my side.
Oh wait, I mean, yeah, go Jeeps. Dude, that hurts a little bit. Can I say that?
That hurts.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Hey, you know what's funny? I just realized if you lean back a little bit, that it looks like there's two dicks on your screen. Literally, it's a pair of dicks lined up. Never mind. That was a sick shirt. Oh, you got 4 thumbs down from Chris, dude.
4 thumbs down? Bruh, come on,
You're saying after watching these videos, he's looking for a T-top Camaro. Dude.
Bro. You know, the thing was, so...
Let's talk about fire chicken.
T-tops are good. So you getting a 3rd gen, 4th gen? What are you getting, bro? Tell me.
He's talking about like
what
a 4th gen.
For?
3rdgen.org.
Drew Eddie, he might be going old school, man.
Right?
He might be going like 70s or something. You never know.
Yeah, Drew, we got her. My girl just turned and laughed after you guys said that.
What's up? Hey, what's your girl's name? We'll say what's up to her.
Oh, Chris, dude, if you do that, you got to send it to me, man.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were on my side. Dude, swap 3rd gen would be pretty cool to build. Dude, you know what you got to do, man? Is you get a 5th gen Camaro, and then you put a small block in it with a 4-speed Muncie. That would piss off everybody. Oh
yeah.
man,
I'm like I couldn't even
carburetor.
I almost couldn't fathom that.
With a friggin' solid axle. Put a Ford 9-inch in the back. Oh man, the Camaro guys are gonna be sending me hate mail, I'm sure.
Bill says his girl put earplugs in. Mine has earplugs in.
You cannot run away from it. My wife said, "That's not a nice word, Aaron." And I said, "It's true." Aaron's a minister for everybody that's kind of wondering. I love this guy. He's one of my best buddies. But yeah, dude, no 3.1 V6 Camaros, but you just need to just stop. Just stop. We don't even talk about those anymore. But hey, you know what?
Hey, who drives that Firebird with that V6 in it? Oh, it's the pastor. It's the pastor. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I can totally see that too. And he shows up in a crazy, like a bowling shirt. Just like, guys, we're here to
Everybody's
talk about
standing
God.
out front. They're like, hey, who's that freaking guy in that V6 Camaro there? That Firebird.
Don't say that now. But
oh,
for
it's
real.
the pastor.
I'm sorry, Aaron. That went way worse than I was planning on it going.
Yeah, it's like, whatever. We're going to hell.
No, that's it. I'm going to say, like, I'm going to sacrifice my child and a small animal, and then just, yeah, it's just bad.
Right.
My wife's laughing. That's what you want to know. She's taller than me. Because we can't talk about that on the internet. That's not appropriate. Oh my God, hackable! I felt like I needed forgiveness after 3.1. This is so bad. How do we? We're cutting this off at 10, Dave. This is so. You might not be able to have another live feed.
Well, they're gonna cancel my live stream. I'll have to go on like Reckless Wrench's channel and live stream.
Yeah, we should go on there and
talk trash over there. I know.
We should go spam those guys. Hey, you guys, if you're in this chat, go on Reckless Wrenches and go spam and troll their yeah.
Talk trash.
Give them a thumbs down. Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys are all with us tonight. You guys are all awesome. So we just kind of came on. We didn't really. We were going to talk about turbos, and then we just kind of didn't have anything. So we're just going to go on and talk to you guys because it's so much fun. But I appreciate you guys rolling with us.
And if you guys have ideas, seriously, send us an email, send Dave an email, me, send us a message on this video, whatever. If you have some ideas that you want to know about and you want us to talk about them in the next video, we'll pick one and we'll put the rest of them on a list and we'll go down the list. If you guys want to get nitty gritty with the tech, we can get nitty gritty with the tech. If you guys just want to hang out and drink beer with us and talk smack, well, then we can just talk about Dave's gay Jeep and his friggin' vape pen, whatever Juul crystal thing. Hey, you said Juul earlier. Did you know that Juul was like a hot freaking blonde artist in the 90s?
Yeah, I didn't really think she was that hot, but yes, I guess her song was okay.
Well, she did more than one song, Dave.
Yeah, I don't know. I only know one song.
I'm just kidding. She was good looking, but whatever.
You would know, wouldn't you?
Oh man, Aaron said,
"Hey, you're probably like that dude listening to like Sugar Ray rolling in your Camaro."
Dude, I had a SquareBody when I was in high school. That was my first truck. I have no.
Like Aaron Mills is like Juul. Yeah, it's funny. Steve would know that, right? You know, it's like
man.
He's like, "Hey, Juul, yeah, it's the first thing that popped into your head."
Juul. Okay, go do Google. You guys will be back in like 32 minutes and be like, "Thank you for telling me about that." Aaron Mills.
She had some jacked up teeth too.
Dude, that's what crack does. She was from a trailer park. Don't judge her.
I don't know, but
I actually don't know that for sure. I'm just making it up. I'm gonna get like a cease and desist letter now.
Yeah, we're done.
But Aaron's like, oh hey, look, I took a bunch of video the other day so I can put something together. It's gonna be sick. Like, what the heck is this? That kind of sick. Yeah, like, where is your Ram Air 3.1 V6 Camaro? It's probably 3.8 at that point, actually. You probably got 0.9.
I didn't even know they had a 3.1. I don't even know what he's talking about there.
Dude, he actually had a Corsica, and then he swapped that motor into his Camaro because he thought that they were sick.
Because what, the 2.5 is an Iron Duke, right?
Right.
It was a 2.5.
Right.
And then maybe they did have a 3. I thought they had a 3.8.
Well, that's later, dude. You're
one.
thinking
Is that a 3.1?
Oh, maybe the fourth gens. Okay, so third gens probably had the 3.1. Oh God, Crossfire.
Drew's got two. Dude, I'm at my limit here. I'm at my like YouTube live stream limit. Can't have no more.
Right.
What's Bill Arrow says? Smoke a tobacco pipe, get a flannel, some sunglasses, and you'd be perfect Jeeper. Yeah.
You can't forget though, the Jeep Wave.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought you were doing the Chris Drive.
No, this is the Chris Drive.
Now the Jeep Wave's supposed to be like, hey, what's up, man? Like that.
Oh.
Anyways, all right, guys, I appreciate you guys rolling with us. Thank you, guys. We will be here next week, same time, same place, talking about something else crazy. Leave your comments down below if you want us to talk about a specific topic, or we'll just roll it. We'll come up with something. But you guys take it easy. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.
Thanks,
Later, guys.
Dave. Thanks, guys.